Hey everybody, and welcome to this masterclass on the 3 reasons you're not accomplishing your goals and what to do about it. And I know there's a few people that have messaged back and said that they're not going to be able to make it live to the masterclass. So hello if you are watching this on the replay, and let's dive in. So just in case we haven't met before, my name is Sarah Jew. I am a certified master life coach, a goal success coach, self-published author, and the founder of A Simple and Contented Life, the virtual coaching practice that helps female entrepreneurs, mums and mumpreneurs with an online biz create more balance and crush their goals so that they can thrive in every area of their life. That aside, I'm also a wife, a mum, a stepmom, and a fur mama to 2 French bulldog pups called Arthur Pendoggin and Tiger Lily. If you have ever taken the Myers-Briggs test, I am an INTJ, also known as the architect. I'm also a huge introvert, a bookworm, a recovering perfectionist, a lover of all things paper chase and Kikki K, especially pretty notebooks. Cannot resist those at all, and can't resist a hazelnut latte too. In 2016, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. During my treatment, I made a promise to myself that if I made it through, I would do what I could to make life less stressful and more enjoyable so that I had the time and energy for the things that do matter and that I would help others to do the same. And so for the last 5 years, I've been on a journey of personal growth, working hard to find ways to reduce the overwhelm and take back control so that I could become my best self and thrive in every area of my life. And now it's my mission to share with you everything that I have learned so that you can do it too. So what are you going to learn in this masterclass? Today's masterclass is all about the 3 things that are stopping you from accomplishing your goals and what to do about them so that they never trip you up again. So just a couple of things then so you can get the most out of this masterclass. Should take around 30, maybe 40 minutes for us to go through and chat with everything that I want to share with you. So remove all distractions, put your phone to silent, close down any other tabs that you might have on your screens, and just enjoy. Grab a notebook and pen because you might want to make a few notes. And as I said earlier at the start, I'll be sending the replay out right after too. So if there's a couple of bits you want to go back over again, then you can always watch the replay again when we have finished. So are you ready? Pop a yes in the chat or a smiley emoji if you're ready to do this, and let's dive in. So do you find it hard to find the time to work on your goals? Do you struggle to figure out what you need to do next, even though you've spent hours in the planning stages of mapping out your goals? Do you feel like you're constantly spinning in circles, taking 1 step forwards and 2 steps back? Do any of these resonate with you? If so, I totally get it. I am right there with you because that used to be me too. I used to struggle with deciding which was the right goal to set. I had no idea how to figure out which direction I needed to go, what was the best goal for me, how to break it down and work out which goal was going to get me to where I wanted to be. And I used to regularly find myself stuck in the planning stages of goal setting. As a recovering perfectionist, I was always in that point where I wanted to make sure that I was planning everything down to the nth degree and that I knew exactly what I needed to do. And sometimes not knowing all of the steps would hold me back. So I would find myself constantly stuck in those planning stages, trying to work out everything and just not really sure what I was doing and what I needed to do. But then when I did get going, I would start off great, but I'd find it hard to keep the momentum going. And when you first start out doing something, you're full of enthusiasm, determined to succeed, you're fired up, you want to get going, and you can't wait. And you start out super, super strong. But sooner or later, that excitement, that anticipation, and that determination to keep going wanes. And it can be hard to keep the momentum going. And that was what I was finding, that I was starting out, super strong. And just like we do in January when we set our New Year's resolutions and our new goals, and we go off and do really, really well. But then sooner or later, the momentum starts to wane. And I could find that was coming into play. Once I was working on my goals, I would battle with analysis paralysis and comparisonitis, constantly worrying about what everybody else was doing. And was I on the right path? Was somebody getting there before me? How was I doing it? Were they doing it an easier way? And just that constant comparison of trying to, get it right and seeing how somebody else was doing it and whether or not I was on the right track. And that was a real struggle. And I would struggle with procrastination and perfectionism too. As I said, I'm a recovering perfectionist, that I wanted everything to be right. I always wanted to know what all of the steps were of everything I had to do so that I could have that plan to follow. But procrastination would always get in the way, and I would find it hard to keep pushing through the tasks. And because of it, they would always take me forever to finish. I didn't know what I needed to do next. And they just seemed to take me so long. And it was crazy because I knew that actually there had to be a faster or a quicker way to do it. And I was wondering why I kept procrastinating. And as a result, I would always get either so distracted that I'd go off and do something else, or I would abandon the goal entirely. Do any of those resonate? Is that anything that you guys are struggling with as well when it comes to goal setting, either being stuck in those planning stages or finding that once you get going, the motivation wanes, you start comparing yourself to everybody else, and it doesn't matter what the goal is, whether it's something work or business related, or whether it's own personal goals with health and fitness or decorating and decluttering the home, especially areas like that. And then you dive onto Pinterest and you start comparing and you're looking at all of those magazine pictures and Pinterest boards of everything perfect, and the analysis paralysis comes in, and then the delaying because you don't know which route to take. So let me know in the chat if any of that crops up for you guys too. After a long time battling with it, it seemed like everybody else was crushing their goals except for me. I had no idea what I was doing and where I was going wrong. What was I missing? I thought that there was something obvious that I was missing that made me different, why everybody else was accomplishing their goals and I wasn't, and that I was always constantly falling at that last hurdle. I'd read a lot about goal setting, and it's a topic that I love working on. And as a goal success coach, I had dived in deep into looking at, what makes it about goal setting? What is it that we need to do to actually keep going and accomplish our goals? And I thought achieving your goals was about being clear on what your goal was, knowing what it is that you are heading for, and having that plan so that you have the steps mapped out, so that you know exactly what it is that you are working on, and that you can follow those steps through so that you're not spinning in circles, taking one step forward and two steps back and trying to figure out what your next best steps are. And there's things that you need to do to help you get there so that you know that you've reached that end goal. And the taking action, not just the planning and not just being in the planning stages all that time, but actually then taking the steps that you need to do to accomplish it. And, I'm figuring out what those steps were every single day as well, the mini goals that you need to complete to get you where you want to be so that you know when you've reached that finish line. I thought achieving your goals was all about being clear on the goal, having a plan and taking action. And it is, but there is more to it than that. And when I started to dig deep after being totally frustrated that I was not accomplishing my goals and I didn't know why, no matter how hard I was trying, no matter how much planning I was doing, I was feeling super frustrated that there had to be something that I was missing, that something that I hadn't worked out, that I hadn't twigged was that I wasn't doing, that was actually stopping me from accomplishing my goals. Because every time I set a new goal, I would start out strong, I'd plan everything, I'd start taking action, but for whatever reason, I would procrastinate or fall at the last hurdle or get distracted and not see it through. That I wanted to know where I was going wrong so that I could figure out and start making progress. So I started to dig deep and I realized something. something that surprised me was that there were 3 other key reasons why I wasn't achieving my goals. And they had nothing to do with the goal itself. It was nothing to do with being down to not being clear on what the goal was, or not mapping out the steps enough and not having a plan in place, nor was it anything to do with actually taking action and completing all of those little mini goals, those little mini steps that I needed to do in order to accomplish my goal. And so I started focusing on those 3 things. I started working on each one of those and doing what I could to get sorted on them and rectify the bits that I was missing, the areas that I was neglecting. And I was really surprised to see and understand that actually it wasn't just about the goal, it was about everything else that's going on around us and the things in our day-to-day lives and the way we're operating outside of that goal itself that was really affecting my ability to succeed or not. And so when I started focusing on them and making them a priority alongside the actual goal itself, everything changed. Everything changed. Suddenly I was starting to see results. I was starting to achieve my goals. And not only that, I was starting to see them accomplished and things happening so much faster as well. I was accomplishing my goals. I wasn't getting distracted. I wasn't falling at the last hurdle, and things were finally falling into place. And now anytime that I'm struggling to make progress, because I'm still human like all of us, and there are times where we're going to get distracted and things crop up or life gets in the way, or we start to feel a little bit stuck and the motivation starts to wane. But when I look at what is going on with my goal and why I'm not making the progress I'd like to make, guaranteed it is one of these 3 things, the 3 reasons why we aren't accomplishing our goals that I'm sharing with you today. It is one of those 3 things that always is tripping me up. And then when I look at them and figure out which one it is, and I take action to sort it out again and get back on track, that's when I start seeing the progress happening again. So now I know that anytime I'm not making the progress I'd like to make, I know that it is one of these 3 things. And today, that is what I'm going to be sharing with you. So what are they? What are the 3 reasons that we don't accomplish our goals? And why are they so important? And why is it that they don't have anything to do with the actual goal itself? We can sort out and decide what goal we want to accomplish. We can set a deadline by when we want to accomplish it by. We can map out all of the steps and we can get everything in place. We can dig out all of the YouTube videos to watch and learn how to do things. We can read all of the books related to it. It doesn't matter. If we don't take care of these 3 things too, it's super hard to actually follow through and hit that finish line. So let's find out what they are. Reason 1 is that you are overwhelmed by everything else that is already going on in your life. It's because you already have so many other things that are calling your name. You might have a goal that you want to accomplish, and whether it's a huge, massive life goal or it's just a very small, simple goal, it doesn't matter on how big or small the goal is. If you have already got so many other things that are overwhelming you in your life, it can be super, super hard to find the time and the energy to actually sit down and work on and have the desire to focus on that goal when you have all of those other things in your life, your kids and your spouse, your friends and your family, all of the commitments and the things that come with the kids in the school, maintaining your relationships with them, spending quality time with them, the commitments with friends and family, and wanting to catch up with relatives and go out with your friends and do all of the things in the social side of your life. And then the diary itself, with these days with our diaries bursting at the seams, are a constant distraction, and just looking through those can make us feel like we don't have any time. And all of these things can completely overwhelm us, that it takes up all of our brain capacity and it makes us hard to figure out what to do first. We're pulled in every which way in hundreds of different directions and spinning in circles, juggling all of our plates of all of the different commitments and things that are going on, and the desire to want to spend time with our friends and family. On top of that is maintaining our home and taking care of all of the housework and the laundry, and finding time to keep the house clean and decluttering and making our surroundings and making our house a home, and trying to keep on top of everything around the house itself. Never mind thinking about what to put on the dinner table and coming up with what we are going to cook every night at 5 p.m. And then that aside too is then juggling that with our work, whether we're a stay-at-home mum, we work part-time, full-time, we work shifts, or we have our own businesses. All of that comes with extra demands and extra day-to-day things that we need to focus on. And so it can be super tough to actually find the time, because when we are overwhelmed already with all of this going on, we just look at that and we go with and that's when we're living on autopilot, and we start living from day to day, fighting fires, never actually, being proactive, being reactive instead of proactive, and never actually having the time to dig in and do the things that really matter to us, and finding time to pursue our own goals and dreams. And when I realized that this was one of the things that was stopping me, I knew that it was time to actually take a look at each of those areas and figure out what I could do to level the playing field a little bit, and to bring in routines and systems and different things that I could do that would help me just sort of make life easier to manage and reduce some of those fires that I felt like I was constantly fighting, so that I could take back my time and then actually have some time to work on my own goals and find ways to build that time into my day, so that I was honoring my own commitments and the things that I wanted to accomplish, as well as making things priority within family, and finding time to spend time with the ones that I love too. So the first reason that we are not accomplishing our goals is that we have already got so many other things calling our name. There are so many other things already going on in our lives that are causing overwhelm. And when all of that is going on and you're trying to think about everything that you need to do, and you get up in the morning and you write your to-do list for the day of all of the errands that you need to run and everything else, we can then be left feeling like, oh, I haven't got time to think about that goal right now. I haven't got time. And when life is hectic, say for instance, one of your goals is to eat healthier and lose weight, it can be hard to then come and dinner time at 5 p.m. to think about eating something healthy. And then that's when all the distraction and overwhelm kicks in, because you're rushed, and then you just decide to order in. So that's a prime example of when things are overwhelmed and there's too much else going on that is just not possible for us to accomplish our goals, and they get put to the wayside, and we fall off the wagon. We get frustrated that we're not having the time, and then we just throw in the towel. So reason number 2 is that you're exhausted because you never have any time for you. And a lot of that comes from the first point of being overwhelmed by everything else that is going on. But it's because we are always bumping ourselves to the bottom of the list. We know that self-care is important, and we know that we should be making it a priority. But sometimes that's easier said than done, especially when we are juggling all of the hats that we have to wear. How on earth, with everything else that's going on, are we supposed to find time for ourselves? And usually when I figure out that this is the one that's cropping up that's stopping me from accomplishing my goals, it's because I can't remember the last time that I actually had any time for me. Just taking a few minutes each day to spend some time for yourself so that you can refresh and recharge and regroup. And it doesn't have to be very long, just 5 minutes with a cup of coffee can be enough, or just sitting there on the sofa for 2 minutes in just silence if you can, which isn't easy with kids, I know, but having that time where it's just for you can make all the difference, because there's nothing selfish about self-care, and we have to fill our cups too. And if we keep bumping that to the bottom of the list, we become exhausted and we become tired, and then we don't have the energy for anything else, and we go back on autopilot again. And then that's when we start fighting those fires and doing all of the things around the house instead of anything else that we know that is good that we need to be doing. And so it's super important that we have time for us, and that we have things in place that allow us to refresh and recharge. But one of the struggles with that is that it is hard to create a self-care routine that sticks and find the time to do it. And one of the things that I realized when I was looking at this is that I needed a self-care routine, and we all need a self-care routine, something that we can do every single day that is doing something to refuel ourselves, to restoke our fires. And that is mentally, emotionally, and physically, to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Because if we're not doing that and we're not filling our cups too, then we cannot take care of the ones we love, let alone, making time for ourselves. It's super important that we do that. That being said, it can be really hard to do so when there is so many other things that we need to do. It is super common for us to feel guilty, and society in general sometimes can make us feel like putting ourselves first is selfish, and that filling our cups first or filling our cup too is, we shouldn't be doing that when we have everything else that we should be doing. And if we're spending time on ourselves, we can feel like we are being selfish and that we're guilty of making ourselves a priority and it means by doing so that we are neglecting all of the other roles that we play. We might be a wife, a mum, or a sister, or anything else of the roles that we play, but we are also ourselves, and they are roles and hats that we wear in our life, but they are part of our life, and we are still the most number one person in that is more priority in our own lives. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, then we don't have the time or the energy to actually be able to do anything else. And if we are just constantly fighting fires all day because we're tired and exhausted, we're never going to have the time or the motivation or the drive to focus on our goals. When we're needing that motivation to say, right, tonight's the night I'm going to work on this. Tonight is the night that I'm going to do this. Tomorrow morning is when I'm going to get up and go for that run. Tomorrow is that day that I'm going to start on that project. If we are exhausted and tired and we haven't had time to regroup and refresh, we are not going to want to do it. And so when you're struggling with your goals and trying to work out what's going on and why you're not accomplishing things and not making the progress that you like to make, it could be that you're just exhausted and it's time to give yourself some self-care. So set aside some time at some point in that day or during that week where you can have some time for you, because it will make all of the difference. Even if it's just for a few minutes, those few minutes will give you enough time to regroup and recharge, and you'll be fired up, ready to start taking action again. Reason number 3 is that you lack community and accountability to keep you inspired and motivated. And when I was looking at this personally, this is probably the number one thing that I found where I was struggling with my goals, especially when it comes to motivation and finding the determination to keep going. And when you've got people around you that can cheer you on, it makes it so much easier to want to keep going. The naysayers and the negative Nancy's keep bringing you down. So if you don't have the support or the encouragement that you need to accomplish your goals, and everybody that you talk to is what do you want to do that for? And really, you think you can do that? And do you think that's wise? Should you be doing that? If you don't have the support or encouragement you need, all of those negative opinions of other people bring you down and demotivate you. And because of that, you then start to question your ability and your worthiness of being able to accomplish your goals. And so it's super, super important when it comes to working on your goals that if you want to follow through and you want to hit that finish line, you have got to surround yourself with community. You've got to surround yourself with a positive community, with the people that lift you up rather than the people that bring you down. Because all of those people that are bringing you down are going to do is make you question your abilities. They're going to make you question your worthiness for achieving your goals. And they're also going to make you question whether you should actually, who are you to be doing that in the first place, and whether you're capable of doing it at all as well. And a lot of that time, the reasons that those kind of things crop up is it says more about them than it does you, that it may be underneath that they are thinking about doing something similar, or they would like to be able to accomplish something, but they don't know how to make it happen. They're scared of stepping out of their comfort zones. And the fact that you are doing it is challenging for them. And that's where that negativity lies. And that's okay, because, maybe that's something that they need to work on too. But we're talking about your goals here, the things that you want to accomplish, the things that you desire and that you want to bring in your life so that you can live a life that you love, so that you can become your best self and live your best life. And those are the goals, the things that you want to set and accomplish that are going to get you there. And if you want to hit that finish line, you need to have people around you who are cheering you on, people that are rallying for you, people that you can share your wins and joys with, people that you can work together with that have got the same goals and accomplishments as you. They want to achieve the same things that you want to achieve. And by working with them, you are cheering each other on. Even if you're not checking in every day and you're just seeing each other once a week or once a month, whether it's in person, in a Facebook group, it doesn't matter. But having those people around you that you can share your wins and share your struggles with as well, and for them to keep you in check too. So when you're having an off day and you're not really feeling it and you want to switch on Netflix, they are there right by your side going, come on, we've got to do this. Let's do this. Let's set the timer, or let's do this today and check in tomorrow and make sure that both of us have done it. And when we have, we can celebrate and give each other a high five. Having that team and community and support around you is everything. And when those days that you're not feeling it, you can check in with them and go, I don't feel like it today, and they can cheer you on. But equally, it doesn't have to be people that you are around and that you can speak to physically. Who around you, whether it's personally that you know, or it's online, or it's somewhere else that you can look up to and inspires you, that they are already where you want to be. They are already achieving the things that you want to achieve, because you can surround yourself with those people, whether it is following them on social media or listening to their podcasts or watching their episodes on YouTube. It doesn't matter. Surrounding yourself with those people and seeing what they have accomplished, knowing that if they can do it, you can do it too, is enough to spur you on and help you get to that finish line, instead of surrounding yourself with the naysayers and the negative Nancys who are constantly going to keep bringing you down. And that has been super, super key for me. And I know it will be for you too, that if you want to accomplish your goals, you need to have that community around you. So those are the three main reasons, the things that hold you back from accomplishing your goals. They are the not having the community around you, not having enough time for yourself, and not filling your cup too. And the first one's now just gone out of my head. All right, let's go back. My mind has gone blank. There we go. Being already so overwhelmed by everything else going on in your life. So being overwhelmed by everything in your life, being exhausted because you never have any time for you and you're not filling your cup first, and lacking that community as well, and not having the surroundings of the people that bring you up instead of the people that bring you down. But it doesn't have to be that way. There are things that you can do to do that. So I've shared a few tips there, but also, what would it feel like if you were in control of your day instead of your diary and to-do list calling the shots? What if you were living in a clutter-free home that stays clean and tidy, that you were experiencing a deeper connection with your kids and your spouse, that you were crystal clear about what you wanted and were able to set exciting goals to get you there, and that you were able to hit that finish line every single time, that you were able to stop procrastinating and start doing so that you can get more done in less time, that you had time for you and to fill your cup first without feeling guilty about doing it, and that you were surrounded by women who get you and want the same things as you. What if I told you that it is possible to find a balance between home, work, and life that's perfect for you? That it's possible to create a game plan to manage your day that doesn't leave you feeling stressed or out of control? And that it's possible to find time for your own personal growth and goals so that you feel happier and more fulfilled in every area of your life? And that you don't have to do it on your own. Introducing the A Simple and Contented Life Members Club. It's an exclusive membership for mums and mumpreneurs who are ready to take back control, set and crush their goals, and start thriving in every area of their life. I've gone from exhausted and overwhelmed to feeling happy and fulfilled. I know what it takes to manage all the hats that we have to wear so that we can successfully navigate this journey called life. And now I'm bundling up everything I know, everything I've learned these past 5 years on my personal growth journey, every one of my strategies and secrets, into easy to use, super actionable workbooks and trainings so that you can use them too, because they work. You deserve to become your best self in every area of your life, and it's time for you to make it happen. You could keep doing what you're doing, taking one step forward, 2 steps back, tired of living life on autopilot, always bumping yourself to the bottom of the list, never accomplishing your goals. Or you could take back control and create more balance so that you have the time and energy for the things that matter and start thriving in every area of your life. Inside the Members Club, there is brand new mini masterclasses every month designed to help you make a change for the better and crush your goals without feeling overwhelmed, with super helpful workbooks to help you to take action so that you can start seeing results right away. Once a month, there's group coaching calls where you get to pick my brains and hang out with your fellow club members. Whatever bundle you're working on at the time, you can bring your questions to the group coaching calls and we can talk through it, and you can ask for feedback and advice from the other members too. And if there's a particular area that you're struggling with, we can talk about that on the call too. With the content that's inside the Members Club, I'm going to share with you, and you'll find out how to create systems, routines, and habits that not only help you become a better version of yourself, but make your home run like a well-oiled machine too. I'll help you to set goals that not only get you excited, but accomplish them too without falling at the last hurdle. I'll show you how to be more intentional about how you spend your time so that you can be productive instead of just busy and have more time for friends and family. I'll show you how to make well-being a priority and honor those time commitments to yourself. No more bumping your self-care to the bottom of your list. And I'll also show you how to overcome your limiting beliefs, conquer your negative self-talk, and kick those procrastination urges to the curb so that you can become a fired up action taker and crush your goals every single time. As well as that, there's also a free private Facebook community full of other mums and mumpreneurs who, just like you, are all working to create more balance and conquer their goals too. Because it can be a lonely world out there, especially with everything that's happened over the last couple of years. And that's caused us to question what really matters and what we want in our lives going forwards. And I want you to know that whatever you're going through, you are not alone, because there is strength in numbers. Community is everything. And like I said, the third point on there, the third reason why we're not accomplishing the goals, the biggest one for me, and also the biggest one that comes with a lot of my clients, is that they don't have the accountability, they don't have the community to fall back on, and the community to cheer them on, let them know that they are not alone with whatever it is that they're going through and what they're working on. For me, community is everything. By being part of the Simple and Contented Life Members Club, you get to surround yourself with other amazing women who totally get you and, just like you, are wanting to make a change for the better too. In addition to that, you'll also get access to exclusive bonuses that will help you go from goal setter to goal getter and crush your goals like a pro every single time. Inside the portal, as bonuses, you'll find my Best Life Planner, which has daily, weekly, monthly planners in there for you to record and keep track of what you're doing, as well as lots of other handy little notes and lists to make sure that you can remember all of the important dates and things going on in your life. That and the 52-week goal crushing planner, which will also help you to figure out what goals you want to set and how to break them down and validate them and make sure that they are the right goals for you. And then a planner for each day of the week for you to map out what your next best steps are so that you can track your progress and celebrate your wins. Both of those are this year's, and I know there's only a few months left to go until the end of the year, but they'll be great for you to kick in and get going now. And one of the advantages of having that inside the membership portal is that in the moment I'm in the process of updating those for 2022, and you'll get the updates for free so that you get to use them next year too. You'll also have access to the 5-day Crush Your Goals challenge that has been going on this past week, and you'll have lifetime access to that so that you can dive in and take it again anytime you like. I've also got lots more bonuses that I'm planning on adding over the coming months too. In addition to that, you will also get one free 15-minute one-on-one session with me to use anytime you like during your first year as a member. You can cash that in whenever you want, as long as it's within the first 12 months of the membership. Whether you want help working through one of the bundles, you have questions about something specific that you're struggling with, or anything else that you'd like to talk about, it's yours to cash in whenever you want. In addition, coming soon, our guest expert masterclasses on topics including confidence, self-love, mindset, relationships, and more. I'm reaching out to some of my fellows that I know that are amazing in their specific fields, because I admit that I'm not an expert in everything by any means, but I know people out there that can talk much more in depth about these sort of topics than I probably could, and got a nice long list there of people that are going to reach out to, and people that have already said yes to actually doing some expert masterclasses for us as well. So there'll be some bonus masterclasses from other guest experts, and the opportunity too for anything that you would like me to cover in the membership, for you to share that with me and for me to find somebody to cover that for you too. There's also going to be Voxer Q&A Tuesdays. So if you have questions, ask away. I'm here for you. You'll be able to send me a message, whether it's text or voice, on Voxer, and I'll get straight back to you. There'll also be opportunities to snag free hot seat coaching and one-on-one sessions with me through ways of different challenges and things like that throughout the months as well, to help you actually put some of the things into practice that we are working on in the bundles. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's the investment? Masterminds like this sell for upwards of $10,000 a year. Group programs can sell for $997 a year. Memberships just like this one I've seen out there can also sell for $97 a month. But that's not what I want to do. I want to make this as affordable for you as possible, because I know that one-on-one high-level coaching that I also offer isn't for everybody, and not everybody wants that. So if you want a membership that you can be part of and have the community, somewhere that you can Find ways to fill your cup too and be less overwhelmed by all the things that are going on in your day to day, and create routines and systems to help you take action and keep the motivation going. The Members Club is for you, and you can join for just $22 a month. For that, you'll get brand new mini masterclasses every month to help you get unstuck and accomplish your goals. The workbooks to help you take action and get results. Monthly group coaching calls where you'll be able to pick my brains and hang out with your fellow club members. A private Facebook community full of other mums and mumpreneurs just like you. Exclusive bonuses and much more for just $22 a month. You can access that price now until midnight on Monday. After then, the membership will increase to $27 a month. And it's likely in the future that it will go up again as I add more content to it. So definitely jump on board now. And if you do, you will be locked in. If you join before midnight on Monday, you will be locked in at the $22 price a month, and that will never go up. No matter what the membership price goes up to, you will never pay a penny more. As a founding member of the club, you will pay just the $22 a month. Unless for whatever reason you decide to leave, but then come back again later, you would need to pay the new membership fee. But if you jump on board now, before now and midnight Monday, you can sign up for the $22 a month. And with the price increasing on Monday to $27 a month, that effectively means that you get the first 2 months of your year for free. In addition to that, you will gain the access to the fluff-free practical bundles that are easy to understand and implement. Simple but powerful, they give you everything you need to step into the driving seat of your life. And with less members, whilst the club is still relatively new, you'll get to have more one-on-one time with me during the group coaching calls. Plus, you'll get to help shape the membership going forward too, because I would love to know how else I can serve you better inside the membership. And I want to make sure that I'm providing you with resources and tips and strategies that are going to help you take action to actually make progress, to accomplish your goals, and so that you can become your best self and live your best life and thrive in every single area of your life. So join now. The link to do it, bit.ly/join the members club, and that will take you straight to the page where you can find out much more about it and how it all works, and the link to join on there. And if you join, like I said, before midnight Monday, you can lock yourself in as a founding member of the $22 a month. So there you have it, the 3 main reasons why you're not accomplishing your goals and what to do about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you inside the Members Club.